3 books on my TBR that I would like to read. Welcome back to another video. It has been some time since I have sat down and turned on the camera, and that is because I have been in a book slump. Picked up Rebecca by Daphne Demure and I'm like halfway through the book, and you would think that at this point in the book I would want to keep reading, but I don't. I am in a book slump and I am struggling to get out of it, but we're going to try and do that by brute force. That's like the only way I know how to get out of a book slump, is to just force myself to read. That doesn't work for everybody, but I have 3 books on my TBR that I would like to read. On the top of the list is The Cutthroat Cafe by Nikki Thornton. I just talked about this in my full recommendations video, and talking about it has made me realise how much I love this book, and so I want to pick it up and reread it, as that will help me get through my book slump. And then we also have The 7 Professors of the Far North. This is another fun children's book which I think I'm going to really enjoy. The text is quite big as well, so I think this is going to be quite easy to get through. And of course, we still have Rebecca by Daphne Demure. I don't know how much I'm going to get done of this, but I definitely want to read these 2 books in this video, but I am including Rebecca because I really want to see the end of that book, to be honest. It's a good book, don't get me wrong, it is a good book, but I am just struggling to pick it up right now. So we're going to jump into this video head first, and we're going to do some reading. So to start off with, I think I'm going to read some of The Cutthroat Cafe because I love this book so much. It's just perfect in every single way. I will not bore you with the details, but I read this book last year during the fall time, and I think this is going to become a reread of mine, to reread it every fall because it's just perfect for this time of year, as I've said a million times. So we're following Seth and his talking cat Nightshade, and they arrive in the magical town of Gramchi to gain an apprenticeship, but he soon discovers that the existing apprentices are under attack at the town's Scrumdiddlyumptious cafe, which is far more deadly than it is delightful. So we're going to jump into this and have a lovely cozy time reading. So let's get into the video. Hello you guys, it is the next day and I have read up to page 61 of The Cutthroat Cafe and it is going so well. I am absolutely loving diving back into this world, and I think this was the right decision for me to make because I'm in a book slump. This is definitely helping. So I'm going to read a little bit more of this today, and I think I'm going to come back to you when I am halfway through this book. Obviously we're following the character Seth Seppi and his talking cat Nightshade, and one thing I remember going back into this book is that the Scrumdiddlyumptious cafe isn't actually mentioned that much in the story, which I found really surprising when I first read it, but hopefully in a reread like today and over the next couple days I'll see the Scrumdiddlyumptious cafe mentioned more than once, because I don't remember it being mentioned much at all when I first finished this book. We have already been introduced to the Scrumdiddlyumptious cafe. That's quite a mouthful. It set a wonderful scene of all the tasty, sticky, sweet buns and the smell of them as you enter the cafe. I have the shakes really badly because I had 2 cups of coffee on an empty stomach. I don't know how to improve on that. I always end up drinking coffee on an empty stomach. I know it's probably not very good for you, but anyway, going back to the book, can you see that I'm shaking? I'm sure you can. This is going really well. I'm loving the scenes that have been set in this book so far, and Seth Seppi has been introduced to his apprenticeship and where he's going to stay and what he's going to do. So we're just getting into that, and that was Billy, if you heard him. Hi Billy, do you want to come say hi to everybody? Here he is. Here's my lovely boy Billy. You want down? Okay. Well, thank you for saying hi to the vlog because they're thinking of you. So yes, it's going very well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk to you about. I'm just loving diving back into this world, and I really want to pick this up and get right back into the story. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop rambling. So far the story is going very well, and I'm really enjoying being reintroduced to these characters. It's the perfect atmosphere for this time of year. It's cozy, it's a bit spooky, and I'm just loving it. So diving right back into this, and I'll talk to you with an update when I have made my way to the halfway point in this book. I will come and talk to you guys. Hello you guys, I have just finished The Cutthroat Cafe. I know I was going to update you like halfway through, but I was just getting sucked into this story and I wanted to keep reading it, and it has been wonderful and I feel like it has helped me get out of a book slump. So now that I've finished this, I don't really know what else to... I was just thinking maybe I should tell you a little bit more about the book. You're following Seth and his journey, and Seth comes to realise that, like his mother, he cannot practice magic that is good. He seems to like always practice magic that is too strong for him.
Is that a spoiler? Yeah, that's a spoiler.
I'm not used to talking about books like this. I've noticed that in my updates, I talk about how I feel and how the book has made me feel, and I don't talk too much about the story, so I'm trying to think of ways to talk about the story without spoiling it. Seth obviously is going through his apprenticeship in the town of Gramsci, and he wants to learn magic that won't hurt anyone, because the magic that he has tried to practice just ends up in explosions, and he can't seem to control it. So he's hoping with his apprenticeship things like that can change, and he does learn more about his magical abilities, and obviously he has his talking cat Nightshade that keeps him company throughout all of this, which is adorable. And I wish we talked more about the Scrumdiddlyumptious Cafe, because that was a really fun aspect to this story and I wish that we had more of that. But nevertheless, I still really enjoy this book, and it's still a 5-star for me because every time I pick this up I feel cozy. It just feels perfect. So if you haven't read this book for this time of year, then definitely go and pick it up. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to start The 7 Professors of the Far North, and I am really excited to get into this book. I've looked at the text. It's not that big, but I'm hoping we can finish this book by the end of this video so that I have like a little bit more to show for, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna start this book, very excited for it, and I think I'm gonna do a little bit of writing, well, editing at some point, because I finished my second book, so I'm gonna be editing that. And yeah, so probably going to make another cup of coffee, and I've been watching Lachlan's Library, her latest video. I love her channel so much. If you haven't checked her out, check her out, please. So I'm watching her latest video, and then I'll probably just do some bits and pieces for the rest of the day. So I will come back to you with an update on how I have found this book. I've just finished listening to an audiobook. It was called The Waitress by K.L. Slater. I'll put a little picture of it right here. It was interesting. I honestly think when it comes to this book, I have like a number of thoughts. First of all, I didn't like the accents in the audiobook. I felt it was just way too overdone, like they were trying too hard. But that could just be me being like too picky, because overall, like, it was a good story. Yeah, the story was good. It was engaging. I did want to know what happened, and I kept listening to the audiobook. It wasn't that long. I think it was about like 8 hours long, the audiobook. So I've listened to it over the last couple weeks. Just when I remember to pick up the audiobook and listen to it, because often I've been forgetting about audiobooks altogether, but I wanted to include that in this video. So it was okay. It wasn't the best. The story was somewhat interesting, but I found some of the dialogue to be a little bit bland, but it was okay. It was like a solid 3-star, so I can't complain too much about it. It was all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start reading The Seven Professors of the Far North. I'm very interested and excited to get into this. I have a hot water bottle. I've got my headphones. They're really battered and bruised, so don't look at them too much. And I've got a cup of tea, and I'm just gonna sit here, chill, and read for a little bit. And I'll give you an update sometime soon. This video will be coming to a close because I have finished now 2 books in this video. I finished The Cutthroat Cafe and The Waitress by K.L. Slater. And reading this as well would be great, but I think I'm probably going to get like maybe halfway through this book and I'll give you my thoughts. So that's that. I will talk to you later. So I have read 50 pages of The Seven Professors of the Far North, and this is such a good little book. The premise of the story is so intriguing, and I've never read anything like it before, and it's just absolutely perfect. I even think my husband would enjoy reading this book because it's really quirky. It starts off with this kid named Sam who's going to stay with his uncle and 2 kids that he has adopted, as far as I know. At least that's how I understand it to be. And this professor, he is a professor, Professor Armstead, and he has loads of cool little inventions in his house. He's got a chandelier made out of glass milk bottles, and it's just really quirky little bits and pieces here and there in his house, and it sounds so cool. And we learn about the 7 professors of the Far North, and it's such an intriguing story. It is really, really good. And I would love to talk more. Should I talk spoilers in this? No, I won't talk spoilers because I think I really want you to pick this up and read it for yourself because it's such a fun little book. And I'm gonna leave the video here because I have read more or less 3 books in this video, because I also read The Waitress by K.L. Slater, and that was a good book. But we have finished 2.5 books in this video. Well, 2 and like a third. So we've done pretty good, I would like to say. So this book is going great so far. I will continue to read it, and I'll probably finish it off camera, so I probably will talk about it in a wrap-up in the future. But we also read The Cutthroat Cafe. I've talked so much about this book. You know how much I love it, and I really think you should pick this book up yourself because it is just so brilliant. This is a 5-star for me. This honestly is sitting at a 4-star. It could be a 5-star, but we will wait and see. And The Waitress was a 3-star for me. It was an okay book. It wasn't my favourite, but it was okay. It was pretty good. So all in all, we have a pretty well-rounded reading vlog here, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it so far. I am going to edit this video and try and get it up for you as soon as possible. I love you guys so much. You all mean the world to me, and every time you comment on my videos, it gives me motivation to keep going. So thank you so much. If you have made it so far in this video, then please leave a snowflake emoji, because this is a snowy cover and that's what I'm thinking. Leave a snowflake emoji. So thank you so much for watching this. Keep your eyes peeled for my next video when that comes out, and please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here and you haven't seen me before. I would love for you to stick around. So thank you so much for watching this. I love you guys millions, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.